Alright, imagine this scenario. You had a long day of work, you're tired, and you just want to go home, kick your feet up, and relax. But you gotta go to the store first because you gotta get some stuff for dinner. Simple dinner. Let's have sandwiches. So as you're walking down the aisle, tired, dragging your feet, trying to keep going, you reach for the bread that you want, and as you're about to put it in your cart, it's knocked out of your hand. And all you see is this blur of a little child running by you. Not a word from him. He's got to be about 8 or 9 years old. You don't think anything of it because you figured, happens more often than it should, but whatever. So as you're reaching down to pick up that loaf of bread, and you're about to put it back in your cart, another child comes running through and almost knocks you off your feet. Alright, twice in a minute is too much. What is going on here? Where are the parents that are supposed to take care of these children, you're thinking? Good question. Socialization. What is it, and why is it so important that we have it? According to Dr. Dennis O'Neill of Palomar College in California, socialization is the general process of acquiring social norms. If you'll switch to slide 1 for me, please. Norms are the conceptions of appropriate and expected behavior held by most members of society. Alright, we'll give these two kids the benefit of the doubt. They are not part of the most members of society, but their parents should be, because their parents should have those social skills, correct? Slide 2 states that Judge Fernandez of the 34th Judicial District in Louisiana has several standards that American citizens should live by. And among those standards, the ones that stand out the most are respect others and respect diversity. The key word in these are respect. So where do we learn this stuff? Slide 3, we'll talk about our first learning. Public school system. Where do we learn this? In society, we're supposed to learn how to be socialized in the public schools. We learn through what we believe is organized functions, such as sports, or music programs, or drama events. This is where we're supposed to be socialized. We go to class to learn the history and science, all the stuff that's going to help us in the real world. But do we really get socialized there? Or are we socialized in the passing times? The time it takes to get from home to school, or from school to home riding the bus, or the in-between times hanging out with your friends because you don't want to go sit in the classroom and wait for class to start. Or how about at lunchtime? Wouldn't that be a socializing time? I think so. I think that's where we get socialized, in our downtime. The Barna Research did a survey of teen students, wanted to know what their biggest issues were. 45% said that they were concerned about the amount of money, that they didn't have enough. 43% stated they felt misunderstood by their family. 40% struggled with their self-esteem. And 32% felt they were not accepted. These aren't very happy statistics for public school students who are socialized correctly. How many of these statistics can you relate to? How many can you still relate to today as adults? Slide 4 talks a little bit about homeschooling. We'll look at the other side of socializing. Homeschool students have this bad reputation of being stuck inside all day, in their house, sheltered from the world. When really homeschool, what it does is it pushes the student in the real world. That's where they learn. Their classroom is everything in the world. It's not just their house where they learn how to be responsible for their own stuff and take care of things and learn to work with each other. They have to go in the real world, and they have to actually socialize with people of all ages. That's part of the homeschooling experience. Statistics taken in 2003 by the Homeschool Legal Defense Association stated of the 7,000 homeschool graduates that they interviewed, 59% enjoyed life, and 39% felt pretty happy with it. And this is because of the way they were homeschooled. Now let's be honest with ourselves. How many of us feel we're happy with our life just the way it is today? Could you say, I enjoy life? I'm part of that 59%? Slide 5 has a quote from Theodore Roosevelt. It states, "To educate a man in mind and not in morals is to educate a menace to society." What is socializing doing to our students? Is it teaching them the morals that are going to create good, law-abiding citizens? Or is it teaching them how to cut themselves because they don't know how to deal with their issues? The question of socializing for homeschoolers shouldn't even be asked. Homeschoolers are better law-abiding citizens in the long run because they have to work in the real world and they have to learn how to adapt to the things that go on. A classroom is not a real world. Thank you.